Hey guys, Mr. Riz, I'm here to help you out with the first day of the 3.2 note. So this one, we're going to look to make sure we can add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. So today what we're going to do is go over just the basics, and then tomorrow we will apply these to some story problems. So you guys have actually done this back in Algebra 1. We just want to make sure we can review the concepts. So when it comes to adding or subtracting polynomials, all we can do is add like term. So I can only add the x cubed with the other x cubes. When I add them, I just add the leading coefficient. So 6 plus 2 is 8. We don't affect the exponents at all when we're adding or subtracting. So 6x cubed plus 2x cubed is 8x cubed. Same thing with our x squared. So okay, we have 8 or 1 plus a negative 8. That would be a negative 7. Now we want to make sure that we go in descending order. So we're always starting with the highest degree and working our way down to the lowest. The same thing applies to the negative. We just have to take our time. So the one thing about leading coefficients is we just add them together or subtract them. We just need to make sure our terms match. So like this 2xy squared will only match up with xy squareds. It would never match up with an x squared y. So let's go do some practice here. This should be a review from Algebra 1. But take your time, pause the video if you need some help. But let's go through and match this. So we always want to start with the highest degree first. And if we need to rearrange at the end, we will. Nope, I don't want to use that tool. I want to use this one here. All right, so let's do 4a to the fourth. Do I have any other a to the fourth? We do not, so it's just 4a to the fourth. Moving on, we have 6a cubed. I look for the other ones. Actually, it's a negative 6. So looking at the leading coefficients here, the negative 6 plus a 5 would be a negative 1 a cubed, or you could put a minus a cubed. All right, then we got a squareds, which are next. We have negative 3 plus 7. That would give us 4a squared. All right, then we have a's. We got 1a, 2a would be 3a. And then lastly, we look at our numbers, which have no degree. So 1 plus a negative 2 is a minus 1. Everything is in descending order. And there we go. Okay, next. We got, all right, 2a squared b squared. Look for other a squared b squared is here. So just take your time. 2 minus 3 will be a negative 1. So negative a squared b squared. All right, next we have ab squared. All right, so I'm going to look for the other ab squared, which is right here. All right, 3 minus 7 would be a negative 4ab squared. All right, and then lastly, we have a negative 5. All right, we would have negative 5 minus negative 9. So that's negative 5 plus 9, which would be a positive 4a squared b squared. Now, if we want to put this in the proper format, we would look at the degree. This is a degree 4 because add them together is 2 and 2 is 4. And both of these are degree 3. Oh, actually, I noticed a mistake I made. I put a squared b squared. It's just a squared b. Yep. Now, technically, and this is where I won't mark this wrong, but we probably should switch this because even though that they're the same degree, this is degree 3, 1 and 2 make 3, 2 and 1 make 3. You should have your degree, if they're ever the same, the degree beginning, a goes before b, a is higher. So technically, we should have negative a squared b squared plus 4a squared b minus 4ab squared. I would never mark you wrong if you mix these up. They are the same degree. And so that's just kind of nitpicky things that some teachers make you look out for. So there's adding and subtracting polynomials. Next thing we're going to do is multiplying. Multiplying is very similar. So we multiply the coefficients that are in front. We just need to take our time when it comes to our exponents. So if I distribute this here, I got to do 2m times 3m squared. And 2 times 3 is 6. We just need to make sure that the m times m squared becomes m cubed. So we add the exponents when we multiply. So when we're multiplying, we multiply the coefficients in front, we add the exponents. So in this problem, we need to make sure we distribute the 2m to all 3 terms and then distribute the 5 to all 3 terms. Once we get it done, we combine like terms and simplify. And if we're ever multiplying multiple polynomials, we just take our time. So I would do like this mn times these two. Once we simplify that expression, then distribute that answer to the other one as well. So take your time with these. We'll do a couple examples, make sure we can understand them. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so let's take our time here. We're going to do 6n times all three of them, or 6n squared. So 6n squared times n squared would be 6n to the fourth. Then 6n times n would be 6n cubed, and then 6n times 3 would be 18n squared. Then we need to distribute the -7 to all three terms. All right, we would get a -7n squared, a -7n, and then -21. All we need to do now is to get our answer, combine like terms. We don't have any other n's to the fourth, so just 6n to the fourth. We don't have any other n cubed, so 6n cubed. We do combine the 18n squared and the -7n squared to make it a 11n squared. And then the -7n and -21. And this is all in descending order from highest degree to lowest. There's our answer. Okay, not too bad. All right, I'm going to scroll down this one here, try to get some room. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give us a lot of room here. Okay, so if we were going to do this problem, what I would first do is let's distribute those two together first. So I'm going to put this in parentheses and leave the mn squared plus 2 alone. So if we distribute the mn to both of these, mn times m squared m becomes m cubed n squared, and then minus 1 times mn is just mn. And then next, 1 times m squared n is m squared n. And then 1 times -1 is a -1. None of these combine. So then what we need to do is just more distribution. All right, so we're going to take m cubed n squared and times it by those two. So we would get a m to the fourth n to the fourth plus 2m cubed n squared. Then we're going to distribute the -mn to both of those. So we'd get a -m squared n cubed and a -2mn. All right, 2 more to go. Now we're going to distribute the m squared n to both of those. So we would get a m cubed n cubed. Interesting. And then a 2m squared n. And then finally, we need to distribute the -1 to both of those. So we'll get a -mn squared and a -2. All right, so let's write this answer here in descending terms. So what's the highest degree here? We got a degree 8. Don't see anything close to that. So the first one is m to the fourth, n to the fourth. All right, and then do we have, what's the next highest? That's 5, 5. All right, we would have degree 6 here. All right, so plus m cubed n cubed. Okay, now degree 5. We would have, here's a degree 5. This is a different degree 5. That's it, and none of them combine. So we probably should put the m goes first, so 2m cubed n squared, and then minus m squared n. Oh, man, m and n's are, it looks similar. M squared n cubed. Okay, then what's next? Degree 3. Yeah, okay, so let's see, degree 3. That's degree 3. This is also degree 3. They don't combine together because they're not the same. So we'll just put the 2m squared n minus mn squared. All right, and we got a degree 2 here. And then a degree 0 all by itself. Whew, doggy. That's a fun problem. Okay, guys, so this wraps up our 3.2 notes. Tomorrow we'll apply story problems to this. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys ask. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.